Welcome back, athletes and sport enthusiasts. Today we'll have an exciting topic to cover, shot put. So whether you're a beginner or are simply curious about this fascinating sport, you've come to the right place. My name's Lance, and in this video we'll be providing you with a comprehensive beginner guide to shot put. So this should hopefully help secondary teachers out there, or coaches or individuals that should want to learn a little bit more about shot put, or even primary educators. So before we get into the technique and training, let's start with the basics. So shot put is a track and field event where athletes compete to throw a heavy metal ball called a shot as far as possible. The shot can vary in weight depending on age and gender categories. So to begin, let's talk about the equipment you need. The most crucial piece of equipment is, of course, the shot put itself. So shots are typically made of brass, iron or stainless steel, and they come in various sizes and weights. It's important to choose a shot that suits your age and your skill level. Again, for those primary PE educators out there, what we can do is let's get smaller, softer balls, get the kids into lines whilst they're doing the technique itself, to then throw into things like baskets or hoops, anything you could possibly find to get them to do it. Additionally, you'll also need a throwing circle. So if we're doing shot put properly, as we would in terms of if we're doing it in secondary, you'd need a throwing circle, which is a specifically marked area where the shot put takes place. So the throwing circle is typically made up of concrete or steel and has a diameter of 7 feet. Make sure you have access to a properly designated or designed throwing circle before you start practicing. So let's move on to the actual technique. So shot put requires a combination of strength, explosive power and proper form. And here's a bit of a step-by-step breakdown of the basic shot technique. So first of all, we want to have a look at the starting position. So stand at the back of the throwing circle with your feet shoulder width apart. So in terms of gripping, so hold the shot against your neck and under your chin. Your fingers should be spread across the shot surface, so you want to open up your hand if you can. So in terms of the stance, so adopt a crouch position with your knees slightly bent, shifting your weight onto your back leg. And what we want to try and do is to wind up our bodies. So as you prepare to throw, extend that back leg while simultaneously swinging the shot back behind your shoulders. So to deliver that, so the actual throw, so you want to try and transfer your weight onto that front leg and try and pivot the ball off your back foot and thrust the shot forward, releasing it at the highest point of your throw. And then you do the follow through, so allow your throwing arm to continue its motion naturally, finishing with your arm extended and your body facing a direction to where you're throwing. But remember, this is just a brief overview of the technique. It's essential to practice under the guidance of a qualified coach to refine your form and maximise your performance. In terms of looking to try and excel at shot put, training is key. And here's a few training tips for beginners anyway. So the first thing you want to look to do is to look at strength training. So focus on building your overall strength, particularly in your lower body, core and upper body. Exercises like squats, lunges, bench presses and shoulder presses are beneficial here. When we're looking at the explosive power, we want to try and incorporate some plyometric exercises into your training routine. So things like jumping exercises, medicine ball throws and power cleans can help improve your explosive power. Technique work, so practice the shot put technique regularly. Start with the lightest shot and gradually progress to heavier once as you gain strength and confidence. So it's also worth looking at flexibility and mobility. So stretching exercises and mobility drills are crucial for shot put athletes, as they can really enhance your range of motion, allowing you to generate more power during the throw. So after any resources, what you're seeing now as we're going through is you'll see lots of different resources that we utilise within secondary education, which will help students be able to understand the drills and understand the techniques and be able to work on it on their own. So it's worth having a look at those as well. We also do primary lesson plans and schema works for year 4, 5 and 6 for athletics as well, which is something that you can also have a look at, and that's on primaryphysicaleducation.co.uk. I'll also place it into the link in the description anyway if you wanted to have a look at those anyway. But well, there you have it, a beginner's guide to shot put. Remember, shot put requires practice, dedication and the right techniques. Start with the basics, work on your strength and explosive power, and most importantly, have fun along the way. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We tend to put 2 videos out a week, so it's definitely worth having a look at. But thanks again, take care.